We're glad that you're with us. We've got Seth on. As you know, Seth has created like many million dollar businesses, knows relationship marketing better than anyone I know. We absolutely adore him. And he was kind enough to say, you know what? I'll be glad to help your team.
Yeah. Something I learned when I first got started network marketing was from a mentor of mine, he was my mentor and Mark Smith's mentor. And he said, your goal in the beginning is not to judge how much money you make or getting promoted. It should be how you can figure this thing out for yourself and just become good enough to where it kind of becomes like a natural thing that you do. So like when I first got started in my first company called Prepaid Legal Services, my whole goal was I just wanted to be good enough to where when I talk to someone like Wendy and Karen, that I don't look back and go, I blew it. That's all I wanted. Like, okay, because I knew inevitably I would find great people that would join my team. I knew that would happen. And listen, it was we were selling a legal plan. Boring. You hoped no one ever used it. Zero fun. The presentations were an hour long because you had to go through all 5 titles. You know, you're selling a legal plan. You can't do a 20-minute Zoom. You have to go through anyway. So my goal was I wanted to be good enough so that when I am at a Barnes and Noble and I talk to somebody, or when I'm at an event or whatever it is, that the things I say are good enough so that if the person could maybe do it, they would have interest or whatever. So in the beginning, the job is not to focus on how much money you make your first month, or it's just focused on like, am I getting better? Like, what am I doing? What did I do? Like, what did I say? How did that go? And finding your rhythm. And this is important to know. Like, so for me, the way that I build network marketing businesses is the same way I always build it. I do Facebook stories, and I see who looks at them, and they don't have to like it or comment. So they could just be someone. I can do a Facebook story of me and Bella. They look at it. I have this opinion that if someone is looking at my Facebook stories, they must like me. It's a very positive way to look at things. Or else, like, because I've unfriended anybody I don't like anyways. But if you know, like, why would somebody looking at videos of me and Bella and then me having sushi and then me at the gym, if they don't like me, still they're fair game. And so I feel invited almost. I feel like they've invited me. So I start conversations with people all the time. I don't start talking about the company. I don't ever reach out in that way about dream trips. I start conversations, and because I do a lot of them organically become about dream trips, but it doesn't start there. That's 75% of how I build my business. The other 25% is, no, I apologize. That's probably about 50%. The other 50% is me commenting on other people's Facebook stories. And a lot of those conversations happen organically because, like, let's say I see Kelly and she's working out the gym and she's just killing it. I might leave a comment that says, oh, you're killing it, or way to go, or rock star, or wait, something like a very quick little comment. I don't send a paragraph, right? Because that would be weird. I might go, way to go, right? And then if Kelly goes, thanks, Seth, I go, hey, good, how are you? Oh, good, what's new? She goes, oh, and then I do that a lot. So it leads to conversations about dream trips because it could be about anything. How would it not end up there? It's kind of like it's going to end up there because I'm excited to talk about it. So for me, everybody I've signed up here in this business has come from 3 places. One, them commenting on them looking at my Facebook stories and then me starting conversation, or me commenting on their Facebook stories and starting conversation, or they comment or something on my Facebook post and then I start a conversation. And I do that all the time. Signed up a lot of amazing people from that. I've signed up people that only signed up one. I signed up somebody who signed up one person. And when that person signed up, me and him went to work, and that person is Tyler, who's a Sapphire. Okay. I signed up a girl who was wildly pessimistic, and I was shocked she even signed up in the first place. She's still pessimistic. She signed up one person, and that person hit Voyager 5K last month. So what do I say this? Is that I'm starting conversations. I'm not just randomly sending links or videos. I'm having little micro conversations with a lot of people, wishing people happy birthday, commenting on their stuff. I know for some reason, something about my eye, I notice everything. Like I always notice if someone got a haircut. I always notice if someone moved. I notice if someone is driving a new car, or if somebody, like I have this thing where like, oh, what's different? they're something. They got highlights. Like I'm notorious for noticing if someone got highlights or something. So I might message that. I might say, oh, hey, I noticed did you move? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, and so I start a lot of conversations with people, and that's kind of like my jam. Now, the reason I tell you this is I'm not saying that's the only way to do the business, but the more you do the little things, the better you get, and it becomes a lot easier as you do it. Don't try to get great, just try to get like good through doing.
That's awesome.
That is
Okay.
awesome. Now, what do you do with the Dream Luxe Club after you get them engaged?
Great question. So I think it's equally as important to talk to somebody about what the Dream Luxe Club is as it is to utilizing it. Meaning, I've got a million analogies off my head. Let's say I'm recruiting Kelly, and we're talking about dream trips a little bit, and saying, I'm really excited because I've had a lot of years in my life where I made a lot of money, and I can't believe how little I travel. I've had a lot of years in my life where, I look back at my 20s and I go, I can't believe I didn't take my parents on vacation. How did I never think, because I had some really good months in income in my 20s, how did I never think, you know what, I made an extra 5 grand, 10 grand, blah, blah, blah. I should take my parents on a vacation. I can't believe that never happened. Why? Because most of my life I've looked at going on vacations, not as like a cumbersome thing, but not as just I was never part of a traveler's club. I was never part of anything. So anyway, so my point here is, let's say I'm talking to Kelly about the business and I say, yeah, I love it. Traveling's amazing. The compensation plan's incredible. I'm at the top of the company and working with great people. It's really exciting. And then Kelly asks anything about it. I go, oh, yeah, amazing news. All right, Kelly, here's what I'll do. I'm going to send you an invite. We have this really cool kind of like top secret group. It's growing like crazy, and I'll add you to it. It's like invite only, and you'll see there's the top video, I think, if I look right now, and I'll do it in real time. Like I'll look and I'll go, oh, Kelly, you can see right now, the second video from the top is Wendy and Karen. They're 2 amazing women that are just unbelievable power couple, rocking the business. That's a great video. Blah, blah, blah. That's a great video. And I tell people what to watch. I edify the person who's speaking. I find it in the group, because Wendy and Karen's video, it might be down to 5 or might be at the top. So I find it, but I say, and here's the amazing thing, Kelly, about the Dream Luxe Club group, is that our team has signed up a lot of people by using that group, which makes it a lot easier, Kelly. Like in this company, what I love is that we don't have to learn how to do a presentation because we just use the group. So a lot of other companies, you really have to learn how to sell. You have to learn how to present. The other big thing too, I tell you, is that normally in network marketing, you have to post about your product all the time, and that usually irritates people. Now, luckily with travel, people don't get irritated, but look, we've all had those Facebook friends that are constantly posting about CBD or weight loss, and like I unfollow people constantly. Someone posts about their weight loss products with the before and after picture, and pictures usually the before looks horrible and the after looks horrible. And I don't even like a mean judgy way. It's like, ugh. It's like, I don't want to see these pictures. I'm having breakfast and I'm like, oh, like, okay. And I look at this stuff, right? I don't necessarily unfollow the first time, but if that person all the time is posting guys in their underwear before, and now it's like, I unfollow constantly. I just don't want to see it. And that's what a lot of people do in network marketing, because they don't know what the hell they're doing. Here, we have this group called the Dream Luxe Club where I can add someone. The content there is all amazing, and they can watch what's going on. So like, I'll make that comment, go, yeah, here's what's amazing. Here you can build a very successful business without posting all about Facebook all over the time of like what your product. So yeah, Dream Luxe Club's amazing. And then Kelly goes, great. I go, good. You're in? She goes, yeah. I go, great. Is now a good time to watch that video with Wendy and Karen? Maybe she goes, oh, no, I'm going to karate, but I can in an hour. And I would say, okay, great. So you're going to start watching it in an hour? Yeah. Okay, great. So you want to talk in like an hour and a half? Kelly goes, yeah. I go, great. Okay. So it's 7:12. I'll call you at 8:45. Sounds good. Okay, great. Call you then. So I like to know, like, can you watch it now? I'm never serious, by the way. I never say like, okay, is now, Kelly, can you watch it right now? Is now because then it's like too serious. It's just like, yeah, is now a good time? Maybe goes, I have karate, and then after karate, I have my ninja class. I go, geez, this is so weird. Okay, cool. You have the ninja class. So yeah, I'm practicing to be a ninja, but after I can watch it at 9:30. Okay, great. I'll call you at 10 o'clock and we'll go through it then. So that's like, And then when I go through, once they've seen it, I just assume that they want to do it. So I don't say, I know everybody's different. People say, what did you like best? I just call a person to go, amazing, right? Amazing. Yeah, okay, so let's you want to sign up right now? I can walk you through here's what I'll do. I'll say, and then if they go, well, I have questions, sure, yeah. What do you want to know? Great. I would also recommend, sometimes, and by sometimes I mean a lot of the time, I would also, start a Facebook message. So like if I was adding Kelly to the group, I'd probably start a Facebook message with Wendy or Karen or both, however you want to do it. Probably just Wendy or Karen. And I would just say, hey, Karen, this is Kelly. Kelly's in the Dreamlife Club. She's going to watch the video with you guys. Just want to say hi, introduce yourself. And that's all. Great. And then Karen will say, hey, I don't know. So I think that's a very good thing to do as well. We've had some great people sign up from that. So yeah, that was a pretty good ramble.
That's awesome.
See, I love that.
Thank you.
So Kel, would you be open to unmute yourself and pitch Seth as though you were talking to him about the biz? And don't worry about it if it's like, but it just gets you to be like, okay, I'm just going to talk to Seth and overcome any fears.
No
of
pressure, but go for it.
I'm not sure. I have a barking dog. That's why I'm outside. So I hope
It's cool.
she doesn't disturb the video.
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to just approach this the way that I've been doing it. So that way, if you guys sense something, because I've actually just been calling people more than messaging them.
Amazing.
And it's just because I haven't caught up with so many people. So I feel weird just sending them a message about something where I'm like, I really want to catch up with their lives first.
Great.
And then when they ask what I'm doing, I go into this. So more or less, like if you'd say, well, Kelly, what are you up to? What have you been doing all summer? What are you up to now? And I'm like,
all right, so it's a role play. So we're on the phone. I'm like, wow, Kelly, it sounds amazing. Yeah, I've been, the summer's been good. It went by too fast. I was so sweaty. I'm excited for it to be fall weather. And Kelly, so what's the traveling thing you were? What do you mean? What is it? What is it exactly? Like what
well, I actually just joined the Most Amazing Travel Club because I'm ready to expand my life. And I haven't been able to travel for the last couple of years. And I realized that I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit also, and I want other income streams coming my way. And this just seemed like the perfect timing to get into something with travel, since it hasn't been that great in the last couple of years. And we know that it's going to be a booming thing here coming forward. And there's also a lot of places around the whole entire world that I pretty much want to really see, but I haven't had enough guts to do it. And I think this is the only way that I'm going to get there. So I'm super stoked about it. And I love the community, and I'd be happy to travel with any of these people that are involved.
Nice. Okay. Great. And I think all that, and so let's unrole play for a second. I think all that's great. And I would add to it the money component. So you always wanted to, in every conversation, which you probably would have anyways, here's the thing, you never know what someone's going to connect to, so you always mention both, right? Like if it was a steak and seafood restaurant, you talk about the steak and you talk about the seafood, you don't know why they're there. Same thing here. You mentioned the travel, and you could say, like, if you said all that, which was all great, which was, I mean, Kelly, shocking, it was all really good, okay? So, because, I only say because whenever like usually when someone role plays with me, I'm like, but that was all really good, okay? That was all really good. But I think if you had just added at the end, and I'll tell you, wow, the compensation, I mean, the compensation looks amazing. Like there's a real opportunity to, I mean, people are already making a lot of money. We just launched, but the compensation plan is the most generous. Here, I'll just tell you what I say. I say what you said, something like that. And I go, and the compensation plan is the best thing I've ever seen. And I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, and it's the best compensation plan I've seen in 20 years. That's what I say.
Can I ask you a quick question with that? So I think that's been my downfall, because when I talk to a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, maybe I could just be a member. We don't continue talking about the income, like what it could produce for the future. And so with you being saying that with the compensation plan, the way that you said it, I loved, but then would you just quit right there and let it be?
You mean if they said they want to be a member?
No, I mean, like the way that you said,
Oh yeah,
this
the
is the
conversation.
most
plan.
amazing
Here's
conversation.
here's usually what happens is that I just assume I say something and then okay, here's the analogy that I love. It's like, Kelly, have you had kids? Do you have kids?
No, I have fur
Good,
babies.
good for you. Me too. Me too. Too busy. All right. Well, I'll tell you something about children. Okay, let me tell you something about children. When there's something they want to talk about, they will find a way to talk about that subject, even if you don't want to talk about it, right? A 12-year-old boy who wants to talk about Pokemon, no matter what you talk about, he's going to somehow make it all relate to Pokemon all over again. So that's kind of like how I recruit. So let's say I'm talking to somebody, I go, yeah, it's the best conversation plan I've ever seen. And they go, oh, wow, that's great. Yeah, my sister's been doing a lot of traveling. I'll be like, yeah, your sister. The crazy thing about our company is like people, it's like everyone they know loves traveling. Like, so that's why our compensation plan is set up in a way so many people could, travel, but also more importantly, like really build a massive 6-figure residual. Oh yeah, my husband makes 6 figures as an accountant. Oh, nice. Is there residual or not? No, not residual. Oh, well, listen, I'll tell you. It's amazing about dream shifts. It's all about building the residual, right? So I'm always kind of pulling them back into what I'm talking about, which is dream shifts. Like I want to talk about what this is. So just like I just keep going. I don't really think about. I don't know. Like I recruit as if I'd had a really good glass of wine, and I don't care. It sounds funny to say, I don't care that much about what they say. I'm just kind of going to say what I think this is, what I like about it. They're going to say whatever stuff they want to say, and then I'm going to say what I want to say about what this is. And I'm looking for people that go, wow, or huh, or wait, so I don't understand. What do you mean? And if I'm saying amazing things and they're not responding, I think I go, you can hear me, right? Like you can hear me. Yeah. Okay. Did you hear what I said about? I mean, I'll remind them about something, like something I say on almost every call. I'll say, yeah, this is a sentence I say. I say that the back end residual is set up in a way where you could earn 10,000 a month, 50,000 a month, 150,000 a month. It maxes out at 1.5 million a month or 1.7, something like that. So, the money here can be really massive over time, which is great. I've been in companies before where you build a huge business, you're making 3,000 a month or 5,000 a month. To me, that's not enough. I'm going to build a big business. I want a huge income. So I'll say that to somebody, and I hope that they go, yeah, or wow, or I agree. And sometimes they don't. And I feel like, was this person listening to me? Like what I said was pretty good. So I like saying amazing things about what this is over and over and over and over again. And I love the fact that you're using the phone. It's even better. I wish everyone did, back in 2001, when I got started in network marketing, people were much more used to just calling people. It was very different, right? So we used to say in prepaid legal, track your outbound calls. They used to say in prepaid legal, which I really like, they would say 2 calls a day if you're spare time, meaning 2 times a day you call someone about prepaid legal. If you're part-time, 5 calls a day. If you're full-time, you call 10 people a day about your business. So every day I was making 10 calls. And I was giving out business cards like crazy. Anytime I saw someone that I liked how they looked, meaning they looked nice, or they looked confident, or they whatever I would like, I would give them my business card. I built my business by giving out business cards, and then they would call me. I'd call them back, whatever, blah blah blah. So I love that you're making calls, and I would say the more people you talk to, the better. And just come up with your 3 to 5 favorite things to say. Right? What are your 3 to 5 favorite sentences or facts or stories?
Oh, sorry, we're unmuting.
Sorry.
So Cal, is that helpful to you? And then Seth, so that she's not stuck having to say a lot of stuff, when would she say, you know what, let me turn you on to a video or
business
this private,
partners.
my private thing or my business
Or by
partner?
business
Here's what I think. Rather than 5 paragraphs about the business, it's literally 5 sentences about the business. I'll give you an example. Like I'd say something like, yeah, I love the fact I'm at the top of the company. It's pre-launch, like the company just launched. I'm helping a lot of people get promoted. I work directly with the owners. It's the best compensation plan I've ever seen. Building a multiple 6-figure residual. 2023, I'm going to go on more trips than I probably have in the last 5 years combined. So you notice I just said like 7 amazing things about the business. I didn't like say 3 sentences about each thing. And I'm not saying that's so I'm just saying like, that's a good space to kind of be at, but it takes time to get there, I guess. Don't feel like you have to rush and be there. And then what I always say is I never say let me. This is important to know. I would take the word let me, can I, could I, and just never say them instead. Here's what I'll do you a favor. So if I'm talking to Kelly, say, Kelly, do you a favor, hold on a second. I'm going to add you to this group for the Dream Lux Club. It's amazing. So I still be able to do them a favor. That works really well.
And then maybe, thank you, Seth. We'd love, Jennifer's here. Maybe give her a little time. She's here maybe with Marty. Jennifer, do you want to unmute yourself?
She may be in the car or something.
And if not, we'll just focus on Kelly. And if Jen, if you can't unmute yourself, because Seth is here for us, then we'll talk about just general how to build your team. Also, why it's important to build your team with urgency and create some timing for September so that you can rank to the next level. That I would love you to talk about, Seth, a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just responding to this text message from somebody who, all right, hold on a second. So sorry.
At all.
Not a problem. We're on, we're going to mute ourselves.
Okay, good. So we're back. All right. So let me, where were we again? Okay. So I only have 6 more minutes for this Zoom, unfortunately. So
great nuggets.
It's okay. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, good. So I'm going to go through a whole bunch of things in 6 minutes. All right. So number one, make sure you're watching everything Monday night, right? Every Monday night, I'd recommend watching them twice. I can't imagine. By the way, I had this call with some of my team. They said, she goes, I don't do it. My team, she can't watch Monday nights. I said, okay, can she watch the replay? She's like, no. I said, you can't work with that person. She said, really? I said, no. There's no chance. If someone can't find an hour a week to watch Monday nights, 0 probability of them becoming successful as an entrepreneur. You can't find that. It's impossible. Like there's no way. Because we have people on our team. I have a guy on my team, Valle in Sweden, who just had his 4th kid, him and his wife, and that kid, unfortunately, is a colicky baby. That's up all the time. And guess what he was doing last night? He's from Sweden, watching Monday night. So Monday night to me is the 1 hour a week. We all come together. If you can't watch it live, you watch the replay. And most of the time you should watch it twice. And you should want to watch it twice. Somebody goes, I don't want to watch it twice. I just can't imagine that person also somehow being the type of self-inspired person to also talk to people. They kind of go hand in hand. It's like they both go together. So I'm all about Monday nights. That's number one. Number two, you got to track your business. Like you've got to have an organizer or a notebook, some type of organization of, all right, I spoke to this person. I need to follow up with this person. This is who I'm talking to. Like I go through notebooks. Constantly. I've gone through hundreds of notebooks in my network marketing career. Where I go, okay, today's September 13th. First person I talked to, Jennifer. Okay. Second person I talked to, Kelly. Third person, and I'm tracking it. So every day you want to track who you're talking to. The next point is getting better with each conversation. Each time you talk to somebody, you should notice, ooh, I like the way I said that. I'm like, what's more important, Kelly, than your next 10 conversations is that how much better you get in each conversation. Because one of my core beliefs in network marketing since day one has been, you heard me call it the inevitability factor, that inevitably I'm going to find someone amazing. Inevitably, I'm going to find someone like Wendy. Inevitably, I'll find someone like Karen. I might have to have 43 conversations. In this compensation plan, you need 2. It's good to know. You need 2 really good people that you personally sponsor, or they can come from people you sponsor. Like you can recruit a weirdo and a vampire, but they each recruit someone amazing. 2 incredible lines of sponsorship, right? So what if you had to talk to 81 people, but number 47 and 81 were both amazing leaders? It's incredible. It's amazing. But what happens all the time is people, they quit too soon. They're on number 42. They haven't found anybody amazing yet. And it goes, doesn't work. It's like, well, you sucked at the beginning. How bad were you in your first 20? So now you're a lot better. So you've got to realize where you're okay. And it might be your next conversation. Renee was someone that I spoke to. The day before I spoke to Renee, I had never spoken to anybody like Renee that joined our team yet. And the next day I spoke to Renee. I was like, wow, Renee's amazing. It's an incredible conversation. I remember meeting Wendy and Karen for the first time going, these people are really, like, no wonder they've had their own TV show. They should have their own TV show. These women are unbelievable, right? And okay, so Wendy and Karen were recruited into this business just like Renee was recruited in this business, just like Kayla was recruited, just like Annette was recruited, just like I was recruited. So we're all out there. There's way more that have not signed up than have signed up. Someone's going to sign them up. So your job is to be consistent, get better, so that when that conversation happens, and by the way, you also got to be patient. You hear me talk about the 3 Ps, like people all the time do this. They judge how long they've been in and they make it have more significance than it is. You know, I've been doing this for 2 months and last month I only made $200. It's like, no, you signed up 2 months ago. And that, how much time have you really put in? If you really mapped it out, 11 hours, right? So it's like, but somebody like, I've been doing this 3 months. Like, you just signed up. That'd be like joining a gym 2 months ago. You go to the gym 7 times in 2 months. You're like, I've been going to the gym for 2 months. You're like, no, you joined 2 months ago. You went 7 times. What difference should you see, right? So give yourself the time, be patient, practice. Yeah, I think these are all I think these are the most important things. I'll say the last thing is what you heard me talk about it last night. You want to know what this is, what it's not, and what it's gonna be. So I'll give you an example. What it is now is amazing, but it's gonna be way better. Okay, so it's gonna be way better. Last night we had the Zoom with Sapphires and Above, and Mark talked about all the things about how much better it's gonna be. What it is great. I would rate what this, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being what it will be by December 2023. Okay, I think right now the membership is a 3 compared to what it's. I'm not saying bad. What I'm saying is it's kind of like an iPhone, right? If Kelly, if you broke your iPhone 10 and I gave you an iPhone 3, you'd be like, this is horrible. I can't even use Facebook. Like, what am I doing? I can't do it. It won't hold all my music. It won't hold all my pictures. I cannot, this is impossible. But when it came out, it was the best at the time, right? My point here is this membership, I would say it's a 3 out of 10 of what it's good. I don't mean 3 out of 10 today. I'm saying what it's going to be by December of next year. But the opportunity is better now than it'll be in December of 2023. Because only now can you be at the top. Only now can you be at the beginning. Only now can you be here before everybody else. You get that difference. So the membership, nothing very it's going to be, but the opportunity is way better now. Because only now have all the best people. They haven't, like, all the Wendy and Karens that haven't signed up yet, they haven't seen it yet. But by December 2023, a lot of them will have already said yes. They would have been on your team, but you didn't sign up. You waited until next summer when the membership was perfect. So membership is good. It's going to be great. Business opportunity, if you're going to build dream trips, the best time to build dream trips would be now versus a year from now when we're on a Zoom and there's 186 people instead of a handful. So I have to hop on this other Zoom. Wendy and Karen, you're amazing. If I'd had friends like you as my upline in my first company, I would have made millions and millions of dollars and bought a boat, but I didn't have people like you. So
We love you.
Thank you
We
so
love
much,
you so
Seth.
much. And hey, we could buy a boat. Why not?
Yeah, we'll all
I'll be
hang
there.
out on a
I'll be your
boat.
captain. I'll be the co-captain. junior
Okay,
captain.
we'll
Yes.
be captains together.
Love you,
All right,
Sandy.
everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Love you
everybody.
guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, Jen. Thank
Bye.
you.